Okay, let's do this. 25 years ago, Brian, you played in the grand final where
25?
Luke Diamond Phillips had an absolute blinder.
Yeah, sorry.
It was the year 2000. It was the final ever day grand final.
It was.
The final ever day grand final. You put up a brave fight, but that 2000 hot Broncos were just too good. We have that call live on SEN. Jimmy, Noddy and Spud will have the call. And what's happening in this game? Well, I tell you what, the trial form for the Roosters looks like a bludger, really.
Yeah.
But you've got to be careful with trial form. And when I look at the teams on paper here, they might be in with a sneaky chance at home. Let's go through this. Of course, Chad Townsend and Smith, Sandon Smith, that is, they'll be the halves. Tedesco's still at fullback. Young Robert Toya and Nwanga Tawazi will be in the centres. The pack, you got Collins, Watson, Nafahu, White, Crichton, Radley and Butcher. That's an amazing pack.
Yep.
And they're the major sort of names to talk about there. Siwa Wong, he's on the duty bench. Now for the Broncos, Corey Pakes has won the number 9. So we spoke about their depth when it comes to number 9s. Billy Walters will wear jersey number 14. Now we know there is no Katoni Staggs. So Gemat Shibasaki comes into the side. The halves will be Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds. Maybe that's the key. Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds. And other than that, Brendan Puakura off the bench. No other major outs really to speak of there, but a blockbuster game at Allianz Stadium. Brian, you heading out for that?
No, because I'll be on Matty John's show.
Oh, you will be?
We're back into it on Thursday. The Roosters are going to have to play a different style of football they have in years gone by. Because as we know, their completion rates weren't great.
No.
They've got to be perfect, and they've got to learn just kick long, chase and tackle. They don't have the flair on the edges anymore, especially in the centres. They haven't got a Joey Manu who can just go chip kick, grub a kick. Swiley on the other side. So it's a big job for Robbo to get these boys to play a different style of footy. Anywho, let's move on.
No Spencer Leniu too, by the way. So Nafahu White starts in his place.
So let's go to, here we go. We got the Tigers versus the Knights. Let's go to the Tigers first. Jerome Luai. He's making his first appearance for the club, but he's got no Appy and he's got no Buller around him. So that they're both out.
Appendix.
Yeah, so got Heathy Mason. He's going to be at fullback, who, he does a good job. I don't mind that kid. Terrell May, Jack Bird and Royce Hunt, they're all going to make their first appearance in Tigers colours. And this is a good story. Queensland Cup young Tristan Hope. So he played 70 games in Queensland Cup and he's going to make his NRL debut off the bench. So good on to you, Tristan. Knights. Let's have a look at the Knights. What have they gone here with the Haas? Oh, they've gone with Jack Cogger and old Fletchy Sharp at 6. They must see something. I know he's been a fullback and a winger, so let's see how they go. The forward pack it's strong. Jacob Sofidi and Leo Thompson. Kai Paul Pierce, Dylan Lucas and Frizzell are in the back row. Veterans, Jackson Hastings and Adam Elliott are amongst the reserves.
And that being not on the interchange at this stage.
No.
He's a big out, Jareem Buller.
Huge. So is Appy.
I wonder if there was a temptation to put Taruva back there.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was a temptation there. But anyway, they're backing Heath Mason, so all the best to him. That is the Tigers take on the Knights.
Who do you like there, Shug?
Oh, I was really keen Tigers. It's just one of those games where Ponga might go berserk. That's my concern.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tough one.
Big 2 points early.
We'll have our tips tomorrow. I just don't know at this stage. Dolphins and the Rabbitohs. This stage, Suncorp Stadium, Brooksy.
Yeah, so Cyclone Alfred will determine whether they're going to be, A, playing with fans or closed doors or even being delayed. And we'll see how the conditions are come Friday. It might be pushed to another week.
So the AFL have just already gone the front foot.
They've already canned them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this? Are they nimble enough to push the Tigers and Knights to the 8 o'clock game and to push, I don't know if you can do this, but the Dolphins or that maybe to the Saturday? Would that help or not?
Yeah.
Possibly. We've seen PVL and the team move some things around to get games going.
Well, if you're a
Titans are on the bye.
If you're a Dolphins supporter, you just want to watch them play. Like,
yes.
Can't we get them down here? Can't we just get them down playing at Homebush?
Well, the other thing.
What about the Central Coast?
Okay, the other thing is
Central
this, Brian.
Coast.
The other thing is this. If they meet later in the year, can you do the switcheroo?
Yeah, do the swap.
Switcheroo. Well, anyway, that's a bit easier for us to say than what may be logistically possible.
We can't cancel it.
No.
We can't cancel it. Move them to, let's play at
Seabus?
Coffs Harbour.
Ryan,
Coffs Harbour.
you've already said this. PVL won't be cancelling this.
No way.
This is game on.
I didn't
Show
say that
goes
was Brooks.
on. And it does for Tom Gilbert, boys. He's back and he's captain.
Good
So
boy. Great story.
Great news there. Maxi Plath starts in the second row alongside Kulikefu Finifuiaki. Shout out
Great
to the
pack.
tourist. Vice captain Kafusi completes his move into the middle, so he'll be starting in the middle. Other new signings for the Dolphins: Daniel Saifidi and Junior Tupou will make their club debuts. Jack Bostock will not be there round one.
he
The
got
Illawarra
s-
Steelers legend is sidelined with a knee injury.
Okay.
And Kurt Donahue has been named on the bench after a strong showing for Fiji in the Pacific
His
Championships.
new nickname is Phil.
Phil. Rabbitohs, guess who's back?
Oh, the 4.
Right centre.
Oh, beautiful.
Campbell Graham.
Ah, good.
He's overcome his hand injury and has returned ahead of schedule. Junior Totola is also good to go. He had
in.
the foot injury over the off-season.
Big in.
He's back. Jai Gray will replace Latrell Mitchell at the fullback position. Isaiah Tass and Tyrone Munro are on the wings. Jamie Humphreys, gents. I know you've been asking, and he was number 15 in the hottest 100.
Yeah.
He's won the halfback spot
He won that halfback spot with 15 minutes of football.
in Mudgee.
Yep.
Yep.
He went short ball, then took the line on himself. So where's our man
Well,
Lewis
he's
Dodd?
suspended because of the hit on 4
gotcha.
tries, Sione.
So that helps.
And yeah, the Jaden Sullivan's on the bench, so he's on loan from the Tigers, alongside Tallis Duncan, Sevilla Havili, and Tavita Totola.
Okay. What's
What's
happening
this?
here? Uh-oh.
Oh, it's like
Sugar's
Midler.
growing.
I don't care where you play this game.
Dolphins?
Dolphins. Fins up, baby.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't care where the game is.
Hammer's in love. You know when you're in
Yeah,
love?
he's in love, you're flying.
You're just flying.
Dolphins
2
win
points.
this.
Dolphins.
What about the Bennett versus the understudy?
Yeah, that's good.
It's a
That's
good one.
good. Good little subplot.
Few ex-bunnies in that Rabbitohs side too.
That's a
He
good pack.
is. Did you read out
else
Jerry
caught your
Marshall,
eye?
JMK?
Yeah, he's playing up.
Yep,
Booker. Yep.
good.
Yep,
He's
yep,
in.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
no, I'm with you on the Dolphins.
Thursday, the Roosters take on the Broncos. We have the call on SEN. Friday, West Tigers take on the Knights. We've got that live on SEN. Then on Saturday, live on SEN also, Brenton Speed's got this call. It is the Dragons taking on the Bulldogs. Sellout at Cogra. Now, going to the team news, I was fascinated to see who would be the left winger for St George Illawarra after Sione Finau. He got injured late last game in the Charity Shield. He scored 4 tries in that match. Well, Christian Tuipulotu, he comes back into the side. He'll be the left winger for the St George Illawarra Dragons. What about this for a couple of centre matchups? You've got Suli taking on Bronson Sherry, and you've got Valentine Holmes marking Stephen Crichton. That's going to be an absolute beauty. Ilias has won the number 7 jumper as expected. Damien Cook and Gutho, of course, the co-captains. They'll play for the Dragons for their first time. Pretty settled Bulldog side. The one surprise I see here, Brian, and I was pretty much convinced this guy was not available for round 1. Maybe it's a Roos, I don't know, but he has been named the former Rooster. Number 15, Satili Tupanua, is in the first 17 for the Bulldogs. I thought he was no chance of playing, but at this stage it appears he is.
Yeah, good looking bench too. I know I've been waxing lyrically about young Bailey Hayward. I think he's a terrific footballer. Good looking bench. I'm very bullish on the Bulldogs this year.
Yeah, right.
I feel that they will kick off their season with a win.
Okay, Hamish Stewart, number 17 for the Dragons. We don't know a lot about Hamish Stewart. Jacob Little is jersey number 14 behind Damien Cook. Both Couchman boys are there. What do you know of Hamish Stewart, Brooksy?
I know he's another Gerringong Lion, boys. A lot of Gerringong Lions juniors coming through the Dragons 30 at the moment. But yeah, with the 2 Couchman brothers, it's good seeing these young guys come through. The Dragons had recruited a lot of veteran forwards in the last few years under Hook and Flano, but Gula's getting a start from his change from Canberra, and a few of the young guys are going to get some extra minutes this year. I think Flano was going to put a young guy in there at the back end of the bench to give him a bit of experience at the start of the year. So good to see Hamish get a debut, and let's see what he's got.
Are you going, Brooksy?
I don't know. I thought about it. It's sold out, right? I'd love to go, but I can't help but think that this could have been a nice Allianz Stadium game.
Let's not go down that track.
It could have been.
Get more people.
Yeah.
Woulda, shoulda.
But yeah, it's
does it
great.
get-
Cogra full.
What does a season opener, Canterbury and the Dragons, which people are saying could be the case in Vegas next year, but what does that get at Allianz Stadium on a Saturday?
30 plus.
30
Easy.
plus?
Yeah, 30 would be.
And for the people who haven't been to
Minimum.
Allianz too.
Yeah.
You know, the supporters. A lot of supporters haven't been there from other teams.
Dragons fans know it from Anzac Day.
Yep.
Great day. Bulldogs fans getting in there. I think it would be 30, 35. Great atmosphere.
Alrighty,
those two.
Brian. 4 Pines Park, they call what?
They call that Brookvale Oval.
Or the
Asbestos Hill? No, it's gone now. They got rid of that.
the Fortress.
Oh, the Fortress.
Well,
yes.
the Fortress.
Used to be a bludger of a pitch too. Remember, just you only had a sprinkle of rain.
Yeah.
And it was just bogged down. The tennis
Like I was a bit the same. But
Bog
Brian, before you get into this,
Yep.
I will tell you this: the Fortress, 4 Pines Park.
Yep.
Last two at Brookie have been won by the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. But was that after an Origin game?
Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there
Think
was.
so.
Yeah.
Cotter injured in the warm-ups, and there was that late comeback, 3 tries in
Correct.
5 or 6
They went
minutes.
berserk. Is that when the Chad Townsend put his arms up to the sky and just said, "I love this game"?
I love
I don't
rugby
know.
league.
Yeah, he happened to be mic'd as well, so I say that might have been put on for the cameras. Anywho, let's just do this. Okay, the superstars are back. So good-looking back line.
Oh.
Have a look at this. Listen to this for a back line for the Seagulls. Trebojevic, Saab, Kohler, Garrick, and Lehigh Hopewadi. Pretty quick looking back row. They got the new front row, or 2/3 of a new front row. Jazz Tavanga is your hooker, because Lachlan Croker is still injured with that knee injury. And Siwa Takiaho, who's gone from the Chooks, went over to Catalan. Didn't think it was going to go to the Bulldogs,
yeah.
but he didn't. So it's a pretty much similar team to last year. Ola Kawatu, Ben Trebojevic, Jake Trebojevic. Now let's go to the Cows. Now, my man.
Your man.
I'm 12 months late.
Yep.
But Cromie,
You like this bloke, don't
I
you?
love this kid. Finally, Toddy Payton's had enough, and he just said, put my man in. Thomas the Duck. Duffy, Thomas Duffy Duck. He's going to be making his debut at 7 with Tommy Dearden in the halves. So no Cole Felt and Valentine Holmes, so they're gone. So Braden Burns, he's named on the wing. And the youngster, Jackson Purdue, who he's had a couple of games in first grade. He impressed, so he's going to be in the other centres. Johnny Baton comes straight into the side. No Helam Lukey, that's going to be a huge out. While newcomer, Carl Lawton, he'll come onto the bench as a utility. And no Jason Tamalolo, obviously, because guess what's happened? There's 2 injuries.
Liz.
Yeah, there's 2 injuries in the game. You only get.
Yep. There's a Cinders Moses.
That's all you
Mitch's
get.
sister.
And there's an Elizabeth.
There's an Elizabeth and Frank, and then that is it. So we won't see JT for a while, but I'm keen here on. I tell you what I'm keen on. I'm keen on some air conditioning in this studio.
hot in here.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, peel back the curtain. I'm going to take my shirt off. Can I take my shirt
Do you
off?
want to take it off the Storm Eels?
I think I might.
Hey,
So,
just on this game too, boys, I would say 8 out of 10 people will tip Manly to win this game. It's a trappy one.
No.
It's a trap.
I know, but don't
trappy
say
one.
that to me, trap man.
I like how you've rolled
Trapdoor.
over your Crow from last year.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
But he never got a start last
2024.
year. So is that null and
Yeah,
void?
he's still a rookie.
So he's still a rookie.
How did he catch your attention in the first place? It was love at first sight.
I saw him play in a trial 2 years ago. I said, who was this kid? Like he kicked a couple of 40-20s.
Duffy Duck.
Yes, Duffy Duck.
Duffy Duck.
I'm just calling the Duck. He's now known as
Duffy
the
Duck.
Townsville Duck. TD. Next game, Brooks.
Brooksy, take us to the Melbourne Storm and Parramatta now.
Big news.
There's a big story, for
story.
an in, and there's a big story for an out.
All right. Good news for Storm fans, boys. Jerome Hughes, Xavier Coates, Ryan Pappenhausen, all good to go
Solid.
to try and maintain that round 1 Craig Bellamy stat that everyone keeps harping on about. Former Tiger, Stefano Utoikamanu, who's also a former Eel, remember?
Oh, correct.
He's making
Did
his
he
club
play first
debut.
grade, though?
Yeah, he did, during COVID.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. Nice research.
He's in. Tui Kamika will come in on the bench, and Suafaa Longo is listed among the reserves. Grant Atkinson is 18th man. Boys.
Where's Zach playing? This is the question I need to know.
Okay, first question. Zach Lomax, he'll have a 4 on his
wanted the
back.
4, didn't
He wanted the 4. He's got the 4.
Get on the wing,
Zach
bro.
Lomax. Isaiah Iongi will be at fullback. We had a text in. Any chance of reading 1 to 17?
Do it.
Let's do it.
Just do it for
Isaiah
the Eels.
Iongi, Sean Russell, Will Penasini, Zach Lomax, Jake Tungo, Dylan Brown, number 7 for the Eels, Ronald Volkman.
Wow.
So missed last year with his injury, came
Yeah.
over from the Warriors to the Dragons, didn't work out. Now he's been given a chance
Wow.
by the
Awesome.
Eels. Mitch Moses is out, boys. 8, Joe Offengawe. 9, Brendan Hands. 10, Junior Polo. 11, Jack Williams, new recruit from the Sharkies. Kelma Tulangi is 12. Jermaine Hopgood, 13. The bench, Riley Smith, who just got upgraded to the top 30 last week. Matt Dury, Ryan Madison, Charlie Geimer.
Oh, the collegeist.
Joash Papali'i is 18th man.
Imagine if this was the team that broke Bellamy's drought. Broke his streak.
Yeah.
I feel that I think we're going to see, not an ambush. I don't want to say an ambush.
Really?
But we're going to see a much, much fitter, more physical Eels side.
I think they'll definitely be fitter. I just have a look at this. It's a
Yeah.
grand final side. You're throwing Stefano. Hey, just by the way, why is Moses not there?
Yeah, so Riles has said Mitch is experiencing soreness from a previous injury. We're taking a cautious approach to ensure his foot
It's
heals
Elizabeth.
properly.
Just
Liz.
say it. Just say it's Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Frank.
Can't keep doing that.
So it looks like you'll return next week, guys. Junior Polo will captain the side in Mitch's absence.
Wow, wow.
It
What
is
an
a good
assignment.
looking side. Just go to the bench for me. Can you read out the bench?
Storms,
Yes, please.
Tyron Wishart,
Tick.
Alec McDonald,
Good.
Tui,
Who else?
Kamika Mika, and Lazarus
Oh, yes.
Valepu.
Great bench.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.